Attention gamers. Recently, I whipped out the most reliable guide on how to climb in this toxic piss pit of a game, and step 1 had me give my good buddy Heizman a call to have him carry me on a smurf, so that I can pretend to all of you that I don't suck fat weens at this game. For those of you living under a rock, Heiz is a Grandmaster Lee Sin player and the dude eats, sleeps, and shits Lee Sin. He is, the human Lee Sin, and so we agreed he would carry me and I would act like I earned it myself, but this wasn't Heizman. This was. And this guy was just some brain-dead shitbag that stole Lee Sin only to demonstrate what happens when the blind monk is played by a blind person, which gave Heiz a good chuckle and fed me a free clearly deserved win. So in this video, we are going to watch a master jungler go Spider-Man on some gold asses while a Lee Sin player learns about computers and gets to try one for the first time, and I will sprinkle my tight blonde ass into some of the plays as well. Lastly, to celebrate 100k subscribers, I will be doing a face and voice reveal on Twitter, so if you are a curious cat, open up that blue bird and slap a follow for your boy. Now please kick back and enjoy a combination of smurfing, bursty boys, and clueless idiots playing highly mechanically intensive champions, and let's get into the video. The game starts out with Heiz going Black Widow ganking up top to give the spin to win shitter a prompt ass kicking with all 8 of his legs, but unfortunately Hoppy Zelda has the positional awareness of a napkin and allows herself to get flashed on and lit on fire for first blood before the broken knight gets chomped down. Then the blind bimbo comes in with a sonic shitter to save the day, causing Heiz to repel to one of the hooded midget employees before the kickboxer ward jumps just to get web cucked and baby spidered as hooded Henry beams the sky to summon Zelda back into battle. The mouth-breathing monk has to flash out but escapes the failed counter-gank without totally embarrassing himself this time. Meanwhile, Glow in the Dark Obama has me pushed into tower until my support and his sideburns dash in and ask the angry amputee to jump before I ring the hoe and burst him down. It turns out the blind kickboxer didn't back after his earlier failure and instead has opted to pace back and forth in his own jungle before hiding in a shrub as if he didn't just slap an orb to reveal exactly where he was. This results in him getting web cucked and spider dunked back to the graveyard. He comes back for his second attempt to take his own blue buff just to get wrapped in web jizz and spider babied, forcing him to take a quick jog past the neighbor's dogs before ward jumping away. He sees that Nocturne has come to his rescue by trying to exterminate the spider and river, so he blindly runs up, forgetting that the other team has a mid laner too as Lunar Lisa dashes over and crescent cucks the bandana boy down. Heiz runs up top again to babysit Butch cut Zelda from feeding the whole farm to this Garen and webs him in the bushes as the hopping hillbilly dashes in just to get lit on fire, spun on and sent running away, turning a good gank into just an even trade. The blind bimbo murders a chicken and then leaves her babies to fend for themselves like a psychopath and goes to brag about it to Dragon, but quickly finds out that the Drake already made plans with Lunar Lisa, so he awkwardly hops back out. He then sends a group text out to Raven Fetish and Glow in the Dark Obama to come film him taming a dragon for the TikTok views, just for Heiz to come in and go straight up hop and drop to steal the Drake and then send him back to the graveyard to think about his mistakes. The Black Widow then makes a trip mid to help Lunar Lisa fend off the floating crab claw as it turns the lights off and dashes to Diana just to get spider chomped and taken down. Then the adventures of Zelda and the spin to win shitbag continue as Heiz comes in to web cuck and deploy a creepy crawler up Garen's ass before they go mad slappy and take down the twirling titan. Then Bandana Boy goes to take a piss in the shrubs just to get spider dunked, causing him to sonic shit a Q into nothing before getting gang banged and murdered in the bush. A few minutes later and Heiz is going straight pedophile status in the shrubs waiting for the tower to rage quit, and then he makes his move on the twirling titan. Zelda executes extreme patience in the situation by immediately burning her ult and hopping in just to be forced into trophying herself before Mr. Spin to win goes full Zeus on her anus. Then it's up to the spider to take down this broken champion as she goes airborne for a quick game of Descend and You Dead on the Hoe. The blind kickboxer's GPS is confusing the hell out of him until it finally tells him to turn left at Tri-Bush, so he continues his trip just to find out that the Spider Queen got there first and was pissed that it took him so long to get there. He is now off defending a tower and realizes he's about to get collapsed on, so he promptly rides a Q out of the safety of his turret to last hit a hooded midget before getting slapped, and so he goes to say his parting words to his chickens but actually manages to survive by burning his flash. The chase continues until he runs down to Cosmic Bowling Obama thinking he is safe. But the Heiz crew is pissed and quickly lets Neon Nips know that there is no protecting the blind bimbo as Nocturne shuts off the lights and dashes in just to get insect juked and forced to tango with his tower until backup arrives. Checking in on the kickboxer, and he has had enough fighting, so he runs off to puss out and leave his team hanging. But the World War continues as Swain flashes in to whiff a blood clot, and then Nocturne follows the leader and whiffs a smoky path before the goat asks them both to jump, and Heiz social distances himself for a few seconds before spawning a mini-me to crawl up the crab claw's anus for the kill. Meanwhile, your boy notices that the blind bimbo is still being useless and confused, so I plan to shift shit over the wall and play a quick game of surprise you a stupid dead bitch now. Then, because I still have the map awareness of a water balloon, I am way overextended bot, and sure enough the kickboxer Sonic shits himself over the wall and starts going taekwondo on my ass as I kite away until he starts glowing red, so I ring the blind bitch and shift shit away to take him down. Meanwhile, Heiz catches the smoky crab claw out of position and chases him down just to tangle him up and do a hoppy chomp to burst him down before the twirling titan comes in for a tomahawk, but the master jungler goes airborne just to come down and tap the pissy plant to safety. On the other side of the map, me and the boys are pushing into base when Lee lands a long-range blueberry on me and intelligently decides to take the one-way ticket to Pound Town, so we turn the blind bimbo into mashed potatoes. Then he decides to put on an encore performance of "I fed the fuck out of a spider" and runs away from the whole family before luckily dodging a web and BMing as if he isn't 0-12 at this point in the game. But Hoppy Zelda comes in and they take down the blind BMing bimbo. Then Bandana Boy runs up to tell Neon Obama to watch him tame this dragon, to just get immediately shoved into a wall and cucked as Obama just stares at the encounter wondering why God hates him for putting this Lee on his team. I find myself in a bit of a pickle because Rakan told their team that I rubbed my nutsack on one of their turrets, so 5 of them are now pissed off at me, but before my tight ass gets pummeled I manage to shoot one bursty boy over the wall to kill none other than the blind bimbo. Then we come in to siege the base as Lee accomplishes nothing other than smacking the ground and getting web cucked by inhibitor before he jams his forehead into his ult key to accidentally make his first good play of the game. But then he assures us all that he is still a dumb shit by demonstrating how a frontliner should run around in circles behind the back line until running in to do absolutely nothing before dying. A minute later and a bunch of us decide we want to go river rafting together, so the blind bimbo comes along and launches a blueberry just to Sonic shit himself into danger and back off like a pussy, only to immediately dash back into danger and then change his mind again and run away until dying without actually doing anything useful in that entire fight. Then Heizman sees that someone pissed off the fat frog and comes in to find that the suspect is that blind bimbo, so he webs the shirtless shitbag, causing him to ward jump away before Neon Obama goes full-blown rainbow rapid fire into nothing and Lee manages to miss all 6 viable targets with a Q. Then the Black Widow does a quick Dua Lipa 180 on the pistol president. The blind bimbo then realizes his team's in trouble, so he launches a sonic blueberry and then rides the I Suck Ass Express into our team before getting kicked, killed and pissed on. Then I see the blind butt cheek running into battle, so I decide to shift shit over the wall to play some Marco Polo with the sped monkey. I take him down and then the twirling titan tries to Zeus my anus, but I get away. Bandana Boy then decides that red buff is better off on his 0-16 ass than on his ADC, so he tries to steal it just to mistime the last hit before Zelda comes flying in and he drop kicks her away. Then he does a sonic shuffle back into danger just to gently tickle the tits of our players before eating a perfectly placed ult by your boy and being forced to trophy himself, then thaws out just to perform one last dashing death for us. The game ends in one last greedy nightmare followed by a full damage Garen being unkillable, followed by glow in the dark Obama being impeached and us taking an easy victory. Lee Sin put on an admirable performance, going 1-18 and representing with a little chode weenie on the damage meters, as Heizman gave a prime example of why you should never steal his pick in Champ Select. Lastly, a humongous thank you to this insanely incredible community. Less than 2 months ago I had less than 100 subscribers and made the comment that we all need to huddle our bare asses together like naked Eskimos trying to stay warm in an igloo, And with some insane growth and a quarantine causing a lot of people to be bored and watch my videos, we have hit that 100k subscriber milestone, and I couldn't be more thankful to all of you for showing your support. Brush your teeth 100,000 times tonight for your boy and follow me on Twitter for the face reveal. Rav out.